Hello everyone, I've got weekly mutation number 11 for you. It is Wheel of Misfortune. The void itself bleeds into reality, warping the very fabric of space and time. Battlefield conditions change at random and never stay stable for long. All bets are off. Commanders, be ready for anything. So, this is the Void Thrashing co-op mission, and it has one mutation, which is many. Chaos Studios. Mutators are chosen at random and periodically cycle throughout the mission. So, what this means is that you can face any of the mutations that you have faced in the past co-op mission mutation challenges. And it is crazy. You have to get lucky pretty much, and you have to choose your best co-op mission commander. I would definitely advise to use whatever character you're best at. Don't try something new. I'm playing with the Overmind again. Make sure to check out his channel, or Quasar, I believe that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong, the Overmind. You can tell me how to properly pronounce your in-game nickname, or tag, whatever you want to call it. But this co-op mission, or mutation, is ridiculous. So we were trying this with the Overmind has been playing as Swan the whole time, but I tried playing as Zagara, and then I also tried as Raynor. But finally, after we lost about 5 times, we got fed up with it, and now I'm playing as Abathur, and he's playing as Swan once again. And this time he's going to be using Goliath, and I'm going to be using Roaches and Queens. And then, of course, I'm going to get the Brutalists. I'm going to mutate some Brutalists once they get to 100 biomass. And then at the beginning of this gameplay, I'm going to be using the Spawn Toxic Nest ability. And that's basically how really going to help us with the first couple waves, is those with those Toxic Nests. We're just going to spawn a line right at the ramp there, and then bait the enemy units into those Toxic Nests to do so. The Toxic Nests do all the work for us, and then we won't take too much damage to our base right from the start. And that's going to help a ton. The problems we were facing in the other times that we played, a lot of the time, is the first couple waves came in and would do too much damage to us, so we were already slowed down from the very start. And then after that, we just kind of crumbled over time. And there were a couple times we got really close as well. We got so close. I mean, one time we even had the final 2 Void Thrashers left out of the final 4, and we just couldn't get there. We lost everything. It's because sometimes the mutations, the 3 combo won't be so bad, but then some new one, some disastrously bad one will spawn and destroy you. For example, there's one of the mutations, it actually spawns shields over your mineral patches. I don't know if any of you remember that from one of the whispers of, well, shoot. I can't remember what the mutation was called, but one of the past mutations, there's actual orbs that would spawn over your mineral patches, and it stops your workers from actually mining. So what you have to do is you have to attack those little orbs. We got lucky in this playthrough where that did not happen. And I'm definitely thinking if that does happen, that's probably one of the worst ones you can actually get. It's pretty much going to end your game. You're going to be in the middle of production, and then all of a sudden you're not going to be able to keep producing, and you don't know what's going on. You look back at your base, none of your workers are mining, and then all of a sudden you're behind, and then another wave of enemies come, but you don't have any minerals to produce new units, so you lose. It just all crumbles right away. Bad things happen. Another one you really have to watch out for is the Void Rifts. Those will spawn in, and you have to make sure to take out those Void Rifts as soon as possible, because if you get too many, this was on one of the previous weekly mutations again, if you get too many of those Void Rifts to spawn at once, they will completely decimate you because they are all spawning units at the same time, and it's just going to get overwhelming. It's I don't know what to compare this to. Imagine if you're playing Call of Duty Black Ops and you're playing the zombies, on there, and you don't kill enough of the zombies in time, and all of a sudden you have this huge wave of enemies in front, or huge wave of zombies in front of you, and you get surrounded or cornered. But there's too many zombies to kill. and then you can't do anything about it, and then you're dead. So that's pretty much what happens. So take out the Void Rifts as soon as you can, if you happen to come across those. Now, if you are playing as a commander that has a single hero, for example, Zagara or Kerrigan, make sure to have other units that are around Zagara or Kerrigan closer to the laser drill, if you have the laser drill mutation. Because the laser drill is going to target pretty much whatever monster or Terran unit, Zerg unit, or Protoss unit that's closest to it. So if Kerrigan's closest to it, the laser drill is going to keep on targeting it until you get out of enemy vision. As soon as you're out of enemy vision, then it'll untarget Kerrigan or Zagara. So, but then again, like I was saying, you don't have to actually worry about them taking damage as long as you have a Zergling, a Baneling, a Roach, a Hydralisk, any type of unit in front of your main hero, then you should be fine against that laser drill. And that's a pretty easy way to take it down. If you have Raynor and you can happen to get vision of where the laser drill is, you can spawn your Hyperion at that laser drill and then take it out right away. But that's only if you're playing as Raynor and can happen to get vision, a little amount of time of vision of that laser drill. Then you can spawn in there. Otherwise, just do what I said. Make sure to have at least a couple weak units, small units to distract that laser drill for a while. Because that laser drill is slow. It does a lot of damage, but it can't kill a lot of units fast. Now, what we're doing is, we got the first Void Thrasher down, of course, and we're trying to expand. Well, I guess the Overmind, he's already expanded, and he's pretty much on top of his stuff. I, on the other hand, need to get these rocks destroyed, and that's what I'm working on right now. And while you're playing as Abathur, you want to make sure to focus at least one of your roaches on getting 100 biomass initially, right from the start. Because, I mean, to have a Brutalisk mixed in with the rest of your army, it's really going to add a huge amount of health and armor to that army, and it's really going to beef it up to make it last longer. All the enemy's units are pretty much going to focus on that Brutalisk, and you can tank. It's pretty much your tank. For World of Warcraft, it's your tank, or whatever you want to compare it to. So make sure to keep that Brutalisk alive, and if you need to, micro it back every now and then. And then, I'm not going to get very many Brutalisks right away, but in a little while I will have 3 going. But until then, just try your best to keep it alive. It's really good to build a lot of queens, or evolve a lot of queens, and then have them pretty much focused on healing just your Brutalisk. And also, if you're at level 15 with Abathur, it's going to help a lot because you'll be able to have that symbiote following around your Brutalisk, and the symbiote's going to help absorb some of that damage as well. Another thing you can consider is evolving your roaches into Ravagers, and I'm going to do that eventually. And a really neat thing is that they StarCraft. I don't know if they did this before, but what they're doing right now is as soon as your Ravagers get to 100 biomass, they don't actually evolve right away into a Brutalisk. You have to actually choose to evolve. So if you're, say, Ravagers at 100 biomass, then every time it attacks, it's going to be able to heal for 100% of its own health. And that's really awesome. So at pretty much every single unit of biomass that you have counts for a percentage of healing. And that's going to completely change. If you have a bunch of units with over 50 biomass or 70 biomass, whatever you want to say, they're all going to pretty much be healing themselves before they can even take enough damage to die. And then your army isn't going to even die, it just gets bigger and bigger. And then that's pretty much how you beat these weekly mutations really easily. And that's what I'm finding with Abathur. Pretty much any weekly mutation I play on with Abathur, it's you just build a big ball of units, have all of your units get enough, or get all 3 of your Brutalists up, and then have all the rest of your units get a bunch of biomass. And at that point, it's just nothing's dying. I mean, maybe you'll lose a unit here and there, but even with all the damage going at the same time, you throw in your 2 Mend abilities, which heals your units for 100 initial health, and then 40 health over time, and then add on mastery points to that, and it heals for every single point of mastery you put into that. It heals for that addition. But anyways, you throw that mend ability on, and then all of a sudden your units aren't dying. And the beauty of using Abathur with Swan, for example, is that not only does Swan drop those drones on your assimilators, not assimilators, that's Protoss, your extractors, so you get that extra Vespene gas income. It also, I don't know what I'm doing right here. I just sacrificed like 4 of my queens. Oh, okay, I was trying to gather biomass, but in the process I just lost about 4 of my queens. That was a bad move. Okay, guys, make sure to pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, Swan's Vespene, his drones. So yeah, not only do you get the extra gas from playing with Swan, but you also are able to heal his mechanical units, which is really awesome. With queens, there's an upgrade at the evolution chambers that allows you to heal mechanical units. Not only that, but your mend ability heals mechanical units. So you have this huge buff for your own units, and then you're able to heal your teammates' units. And it heals every single unit. It's not just in a selected area like it used to be. So everything on the map that you have for units gets healed, and it's a really, really good team combo. It's honestly, I think it's one of the best team combos. I mean, Vorzun has the time stop ability, which is huge, but this mend ability is really, really good. And I definitely suggest this for those of you who have Abathur. I definitely suggest this for beginner play as well. It makes life easy. And then, as you can see right now, I've got those a lot of those Ravagers built, and those Ravagers are definitely good to throw in. And if you got enough micro going, make sure to use the Corrosive Bile ability. I was struggling to use my Corrosive Bile ability a lot in these big attacking zones because I just kept running into lag. And the problem is, I don't even know why I'm starting to get lag, because I played 5 times before this and I didn't even have much of a drop. I'm starting to think Abathur has, because I'm able to get more units with Abathur, it's causing more lag, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, the Overmind just dropped his nuke, and there was a whole swarm of Scourges coming, whether or not you could see that on the screen. And those Scourges would have completely destroyed all of his science vessels. And his science vessels are the only thing of detection that we have right now. So that probably could have made us lose this entire mutation if those Scourges hit. But no, he was saving his nuke. We talked about this afterwards. He was saving that nuke, and he said, no, I'm not losing these science vessels again. Because we were playing in another match, and a whole wave of Scourges. Like, we're talking like maybe 20 or 30 of these guys came in and killed all of his science vessels. Once those Scourges came in, that was it. We lost the mutation after that because his science vessels died. He couldn't repair his Thors anymore, and then he couldn't detect any stealth for us. And I didn't have any extra stealth either, so we lost. But he was prepared this time. And not only that, I've got the queens down there, and they're healing his science vessels. So not only do the science vessels heal themselves, but the queens can heal the science vessels. And it's just really, really good combo. So I would definitely suggest using Abathur and Swan together. Now, a little thing I'm struggling with is I'm focusing so much on microwing because we're trying to get from one place to the next place right away because this mutation is so hard. But so I keep losing track on getting all of my upgrades. So I need to make sure to get an infestation pit, then I need to get the hive, and then I can get my 3/3 upgrades for the missile attacks and the ground carapace level 3. And then I also need to make sure to what you guys should make sure to do is make sure you have your supply lines completely full, 15-15, and then make sure you have 3 drones on each of your extractors as well. That's something really important to pay attention to. So don't forget about your economy. It's your most important tool for building an army. And then unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the last 2 upgrades from the Roach Warren here, but those 2 upgrades are definitely important to get. Those upgrades are bloated bile ducts and then adaptive plating. And oh, wait a second. No, I lied. Adaptive plating and potent bile. That's what the last 2 upgrades are. But you don't need them, as you can see. And what we're doing is we're completely ignoring this very last wave here. I'm so sorry about the lag, guys. my PC struggles with the recording and the high graphics at the same time. I am able to play lag free without recording, but that defeats the purpose of what I'm doing here, doesn't it? So please struggle with me through this last final burst of lag. It's only going to last another minute. And I'm pretty much just using the attack command here, trying to kill these last Void Thrashers with the Overmind, and he's doing a fantastic job. What he used this match was Goliaths and Science Vessels, and I used Roaches and Queens, and that was pretty much it. A couple Ravagers thrown in there. And we were able to beat this mutation. I would suggest doing what we did. If you have an opportunity to win, don't try to defend your base. I mean, I've told you before, go back and defend your base, but no, not on this mutation. If you have an opening like that, just go all in. Go for it. Throw everything you have and then try to beat this mutation. And then as you can see, I already got a first win of the day bonus, so I won't be getting that experience. But you do get a holiday bonus of 5,000 experience, and then that makes, instead of 225,000 experience, you get 230,000 experience for beating this on brutal difficulty for the first time. So there it was, guys. That was a really fun mutation. There was a lot of struggle involved in getting here, though. You have to get lucky, I'll tell you that. I mean, you definitely can beat this on your first try, or it may take you 6 times to beat it, or 10 times, or I don't want to go on any further because it could get worse than that. So, and try to find a really good teammate, someone that works well with you. That'll definitely help in beating this mutation. So, good luck to you guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope I gave you some good tips. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video, which is going to be a campaign video. So, see you guys there.